So excited.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing this Friday evening, afternoon for those of you who are on the West Coast? I mean, it's not technically evening on the East Coast, but it's not like
Close. Yeah. Close.
afternoon either. Welcome, Aley from Heart and Soul Connected. Aley, how are you?
I'm doing okay. I've had my challenges, but I'm here.
You're here. I know you had no intranet this morning.
That's right. That's right.
Oh my gosh. Hi, spirits. Spirits beyond and stars. Hello, hello, Ninny G. Welcome, guys.
Yeah.
Just I'm so Allie. I'm like I had such a freaking good time when you and I were
Me too.
collabing a week ago.
Uh-huh.
So I have
Yep.
been so excited. Like I was telling everybody was telling Allie before we logged in. I actually took a sick day today, and I was like, but the good thing, the one thing I'm looking forward to is I get to talk to Allie later today.
Oh, that's sweet, Adrienne. Thank you. I've been looking forward to it too, because we had a really fun time. And yeah, it's enjoyable to work with you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Same with you. So, for those who do not know Allie, Allie, introduce yourself. Tell us about who you are. Tell us all of your experience, and then also plug your channel as well.
Oh, okay.
The
Thanks.
whole thing, the whole elevator.
The whole
Spiel.
thing. All right,
Yeah,
everybody, have you got 3 hours? Sit down, have a snack.
we got all the
No,
time in the world.
Aley and I opened up Heart and Soul Connected last year on November 20th, so it's been almost a year. And
Nice.
I do a lot of interviews with wonderful people. Like I interviewed Adrienne because I want to collaborate with people and bring new awareness to others that have channels.
Yes.
And I'm a professor. I work at 4 different colleges. And so right now I'm teaching a lot of classes there, which takes me from here more than I want it to.
Right.
But this is my fun. So yeah.
Fun.
So I'm really, yeah.
Tell us what you teach, because I think, I mean, shamelessly, I was an adjunct professor for a couple years, so I have
Oh,
this special place in my heart for
okay.
academia and college professors. So, what do you tell us the areas
That's
of study that
wonderful.
you teach?
Well, I've been an adjunct professor for 21
Wow.
years.
Thank you for
And
everything you do.
yeah, but out here in Washington State, which is where I live, we're from the 2
Mhm.
Washingtons, I guess, right?
Yes.
Um, they pay insurance. They don't pay that on the East Coast. At least when I
I
was
know.
there, they didn't. So I work for 2 community colleges, and I teach humanities and English and literature and film sometimes if I'm lucky.
You do?
And
Because you know,
yep.
my bachelor's and my first master's was in film and video production.
Well, I'm trying to get together a group of us. We're going to start doing some existential film discussions. So if you want to be pulled into it, let me
Yes,
know.
please. I haven't had a
Okay.
good dark discussion in 20
Yeah,
years.
no, we've got Jay Harris Herc 213 and Katie Moonchild, and there's another gal I know. Yeah, Joanna. Yeah, yeah.
He is my
So
love bug. Yes, absolutely. Please include me.
okay,
on
you
the
got
film
it, gal.
discussion. So
Yes, absolutely.
tell me what prompted you, or tell us what prompted you to start your channel.
Well, I was home working all last year. My husband wasn't because he was older and he had blood clot issues, and so he took the year off. And he's a chiropractor, and so by November we were like, what's he going to do? Because I'm working and he's not,
Right.
So we went on YouTube. We were listening to a lot of the political and the COVID, tarot readings and everything.
Yeah.
And we had a reading with Andrea from Lilac Lantern. And
Okay.
she suggested Keith open up a YouTube channel because he didn't have anything else to do.
Mhm.
So I said, listen, I'll help you out. I'll be happy to help you out. But, I'm a little busy, but I'll help you out.
Just doing.
And he lasted 3 weeks. Yeah, he lasted about 3 weeks. And so I said, I'm not closing this. No, it must have just been meant to be that I was pulled. And then once I got here, because I always wanted to teach spiritual classes or, talk about topics.
Yeah.
And I thought I was going to be doing it like in conferences and things, but no, this is the way it is. And I love it. And I
And I
love
love
this community very
it
much.
is like, got such a good community, and there's such a
It is.
thirst right now for people to have conversations that go beyond the superficial, that go into the deep, to help
Yeah.
people figure out, or just open a forum where people can kind of hear like-minded, or even if it's not quite like-minded, if they're kind of curious, to kind of get more information and
Right.
kind of help them along their spiritual journey.
Right. Absolutely. I was listening to a DNA activation channel on my way up here. It's about 2 hours from my house, and we have a RV up here that has better internet, actually. So maybe that was good. And was listening to it, and it was saying how many people have raised their vibration sort of up toward the 5D, are trying to help those in 3D to raise their vibration and to activate it. And, because it's not like we're going to go anywhere. It's just that our awareness and our vibration is going to be much stronger. And we're going to live like so much better. We'll probably eat better and, I don't know, feel better. And
Feel better,
yeah.
be better, heal, and leave.
Be better.
When we leave our meat suits, the
Right.
spinning orb that is called this earth, we would have hopefully left this a little better place.
A little better. That's right. So it doesn't have to be exponential. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to save the world, but just being the light where you are on your channel or on other people's channels, very important. Yeah.
Very important.
Absolutely.
So let's, are you a tarot reader? I know you do Oracle, but tell us about your tarot and Oracle, or tarot Oracle journeys.
Okay. Yeah.
And
so about 1988. About 1988, I found this lady, and she was really cool. She was almost like, I don't know, like an angel on earth. She just was so sweet, and she taught me tarot. She tried to, we worked on it for quite a long time. Mm-hmm. And she had read for like 30 years, and she told me all about the different religions and how she'd studied it and archetypes and all that stuff. So I worked with her for a while until I moved. And then when I moved, I got involved with all kinds of other stuff at that time. It would have been the 80s, the 90s. And so I always had tarot cards, but I never felt like real confident. I felt like I was just still the apprentice, Yeah. And so, yeah. So I still don't really read them. Although if somebody reads them, I have an idea what it says. Like this yesterday, I pulled, I'm working on it now, the 10 of Cups, which I believe is like one of the best cards in the deck. And then there was something else. It was the one where I think it was the 3 or 4 of Wands. I don't know. The guy is standing there sort of protecting himself. And anyway, it resonated with me really well, but I'm not that confident. I like the Oracle cards better. They really speak to me. And I like the different kinds of Oracle cards. Yeah.
I think tarot can be very intimidating, and I know for some people, and I know for me, for years it was, and I was just like, I put them aside. I was like, I can't do this. I can't memorize what all 52 of these things, because all 52 of these things also have 7 meanings. So whatever 7 times 52 is, my brain's not good with math.
Those are the ones I have trouble. I know. It's the minor arcana. It's not the major. Major's fine. But it's the minor.
Court cards. I still sometimes look on the Page of Wands. I'm like, I don't know. But I tell everyone, I'm like, I was just talking to a good friend of mine the other night, and I was like, you and my cousin, because they both are, they can read, but they're just not confident. And I'm like, honestly, you just have to keep doing it. Like, you just have to keep doing it, because everybody reads differently.
They do. And you know what? It makes sense however anybody, that's the good part. I think it was our first initial, maybe not for you, but for most people, the initial thing was, okay, here's the cards and here's all the rules.
Right.
And now people are like, I'm going to read them the way I read them. They don't really look at them anymore, those books, and I like that. Yeah.
I love it too. Yeah. So tell me, so you gravitated more towards Oracle. Tell me what that's been like. And do you have any particular Oracle decks that are your favorite? Do you do different spreads with Oracle?
Yes. When I was in my master's program, my first master's program, I learned all about archetypes. I learned all about and I've done papers on tarot cards. And so it was like I followed the footsteps of that lady that was saying, I learned all about major religions, and I learned all about this. So I have probably bought 70 decks of cards between tarots and oracles. It's kind of stupid,
Another card turkey.
Another crazy Libra woman. These are my favorites. These are, Sacred Earth Oracle. Absolutely. And I went to a bookstore that's in the little town that I live in. They had them, and I bought them. And I love the Native American very, very much. So this is like a Native American deck, and I feel really comfortable with it. And I also like the Power of Surrender cards. I don't know if you've ever seen these. These are by Judith Orloff, but it tells you basically what it is that you need to surrender to in order to accomplish the goal that you're asking about. So I like those. Okay.
Yeah. You may have to. I may have to guinea pig. You may have to, because I may have to ask you a question in a minute about something.
That's fine.
We'll do it on
okay.
That is absolutely amazing. So I want to talk too about you can do tarot. I'm going to say you do tarot. I'm not going to let you cut yourself short.
Okay.
You're a tarot reader. You do oracle. What are some of your other gifts? Because you had an absolutely amazing reading with mediums last night.
Yep. So Susan Lynn and Kim, when they have a class on that, it's amazing. Their classes are amazing. And what happened was I took a psychic class, the first one they offer. Oh, first I think I took a color class or something, or the Clairs. That's what it was. It was the Clairs class. Yeah. And then I took the psychic class, and I was hosting Susan Lynn on Sundays, and I was being the questioner and kind of just letting her answer the questions. And I was really like the moderator more than anything. Okay. And one day somebody asked a question, and I stopped and I thought about something, and I said, did he like to dance? Did he wear a necklace that had this on it? And it was like 100%. And I knew he was a gay man, and he had died during the AIDS epidemic that the woman was asking about. And it was like, wow. And I hadn't even done the medium stuff yet. Right. It was just a psychic thing, but I was pulling in this guy, and Susan's eyes went boing, and so she started calling me a medium right then. But we have to. I'm a medium in progress. I'm actually everything in progress, because I think that everybody can learn more, and I never say I'm a finished product. Yeah,
I love that philosophy, and I feel like, at least for me, it has developed in different ways and it's changed in different ways. In some areas it's stronger, and now in some areas I feel like it's not as strong. But then I realize it's not that it's not as strong, it's just different. Right. So I love that evolution.
Isn't it great? I love it too.
So, oh my gosh, do you offer private readings and readings for others?
Haven't done it yet. I don't know if I will or not. It doesn't mean I wouldn't want to, but maybe when I retire, and I don't even know when that is. So, but like this term, I'm teaching 14 classes, and 14 classes is a lot. I mean, actually, most full-timers teach 4.
Yeah, and you're teaching 14. I know when you said last night you had 293 term papers to grade, I was like,
I know. I always think to myself, those math teachers are really smart, because they can just run it through this, through this little tiny thing that will tell you exactly what they got, but not for me. I have to read all of it. So I have that. I have discussion boards I have to attend to. And I also have emails that I have to attend to, from 30 or 40 people a day or whatever it is. And I've been doing it so long. It's not that I can't do it, but like last Friday until probably Monday night, I had grades that were due for one of the colleges, and I had to pretty much stay up all night. I felt like I was back in college, pulling all-nighter, Yeah.
Like, oh, I've become my student accidentally.
But they say if you want to get something done, ask a busy person. So I've always been this way. Yeah. Always been.
Because I know, because Debsy's like, Aley is a busy woman. I was like, yes, She is. Isn't that so quintessential Libra? We don't know how to stop at all.
Right.
Like,
or we're really lazy, don't you think?
The other. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm gonna lay around all weekend and eat Cheetos and watch old movies. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's no balance. Like you said, it's one extreme or the other. And it's just like, I should probably.
It's hard to keep it. It's hard to keep it. Yeah, we should be. We should be.
One of my sisters jokes me, and she's like, you don't go, she's like, there is no in between. You're either super calm or you're going, like, not about to kill someone. You're like holding
close
them
to it.
And I'm like, here's the thing. In my mind, I clearly gave them 18 warning shots. She's like, no, you didn't. You just went straight for it. I was like,
yeah, the trigger goes off at some point. And a lot of that has to do in my past was about not setting boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still a work in progress, but everybody needs to do it because people will take advantage and, really give you a hard time. And you just have to say, nope, can't do it. But, I don't like doing that very much either. So
I don't know. I think something happened and I got in my 30s, and the more I transcend down this path of 30s, the more I don't care about hurting.
Wait till you're over 60. You won't give an S about anything.
I really don't. Like, this is gonna sound awful. I made fun of somebody last night, but in the context of the situation, if you had just walked up on the street, it would have looked like I was making fun of a blind man, who, by the way, is my neighbor and is a good friend of mine. But it still probably wasn't the most appropriate, because the lady handed him something and everybody could see that he's blind. He has the cane. He had on sunglasses at night.
Yep.
And she handed him a bag of food and it fell on the ground. And I'm literally like, dude, he's blind. Come on. And I blurted it out loud. Everyone's like, and I'm like, John, can you use the stick or do you need some help? And everyone's like, dying. And he just starts dying laughing. Everyone's like, and I'm like, listen, I don't have time.
Yeah.
The first thing John would be pissed about is you being overly sensitive about his disability.
Yeah. And I've had friends like that. Yes. I was always there was a blind girl that went to college with me, and she could recognize us by our voices, and so she'd always say, "Hi, Aley, it's good to see you." And I'd say, "Oh, come on, Judy, you can't see me, you can hear me." But Judy knew me too. But if somebody was a fly on the wall, they'd think, "What a cool woman you are," So
I'm just noticing.
We have to laugh at ourselves.
We have to, because I'm like, I laugh at myself first and foremost, and I'm sorry if you can't laugh with me.
But it wasn't your intention to offend him.
No, I was mad at the woman who clearly was insensitive and not paying attention, because it was very obvious. I was like, she did that on purpose. Like, I need to go ahead and let her know that that's not a good look. Like,
good for you. Good for you.
Don't do that.
Oh God, that's wonderful. No, I think that's great. Really. Yeah.
I know somebody in the chat was talking about politics. Tell me. I know you do some political discussions on your channel, right?
I do. As a matter of fact, one of my channel surfers, who has her own channel as well, she asked me if I was in anything this morning. Any of the interviews or anything, would I please bring up the Youngkin McAuliffe fiasco? Because I guess the Orange Man is on his way to do a rally for him. Okay.
And Youngkin at the last minute has been trying to be like, no, don't come. But I'm like, everybody knows you're a Trump, because that's in my area. Because I'm
right. Okay.
Like Virginia, but basically
that's what I thought. Yep.
That it lands in DC, so I'm like very, very on the border, and so I've been a little nervous about
how this
is going to go, because I think a lot of Democrats are just assuming it's going to be blue, because Virginia can go up and down.
But it is a purple state. I lived in Virginia Beach for a while, and I remember all of that. But I try not to talk too much about politics, because it's 3D, it's negative, and it makes my vibe come down. And that doesn't mean I'm not realistic. You know, I think that there's a lot of people that really needed to have that kind of support and understanding because we were just so frantic about what was going to happen.
Right.
But I almost think, okay, we got you here. Now let's get you into some higher thought stuff.
Higher, I know. That's why when I was doing a lot of political readings, I was trying to do a good balance of let's do some chakra cleansing, let's do some, and then it got to the point where it's like, you know, I had to have a long conversation with myself, and it's like, it's not that I don't enjoy the political readings, and I know that that helps others.
It does, yeah.
But at the time, it also, what is it doing for me? And if I keep reading on the same topics and the same questions, and I realize that like every day, because you know, to do several readings a week, you have to stay in the news, and I'm like, I think I need to kind of take a break. So my compromise was I will do political live streams, but the everyday posting and recording a political video, I was like, I think I'm gonna have to just take a temporary break.
Yeah, we do. Sometimes when you, it's been proven that when you focus on the negative, that you bring more negative, and we don't need to be doing that. We got enough negative, you know.
We got enough going on.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, we were talking earlier too about the full moons and things going on this week. You know, we were talking about that we were talking about that in your live stream last night. This has been kind of a week for some people.
It has been.
Some things that have been going on with you, and I'll share what's been going on with me, just to let everybody in the chat know that they're not crazy. It's been a little swirly.
It has been pretty wonky for me. Well, out here the weather has not been good, and last Saturday we were supposed to get 60-mile-an-hour gusts, and so I said to my husband, come on, let's go home. He didn't want to. I'll be fine, and I guess it was, but I said, no, I'm not going to be in a tin can with 3 dogs and worry about the, you know.
The visual I just got was
Dorothy,
the Wizard of Oz. Yeah, I was like,
and actually, that's the first film we're going to talk about in the existential film. Is going to be Wiz. So, so that started the week out not so hot, and I had just bought all these groceries for here, and I just walked out the door because I wanted to get away from the weather. So when I came back this morning, now I've thrown out all those groceries, which is such a waste because it's so expensive, you know, but they're no good. And so that, and I had some classes that I couldn't get on because of the weather as well. So I don't know. It's felt so oppressive. More oppressive than anything, and negative. And I'm also dealing with a personal issue with my husband's trying to buy a business, and that has been absolutely demonic. It's been awful.
I thought that once we got through these retrogrades, and I know everything was starting to go direct last week, fully direct this week, that I was like, okay, we can breathe. And I'm like, because, and like you said, like, I'm normally a very positive person. That's just my nature. I'm always looking at things that went right versus things that went wrong. I am never the person that challenges worse. that's just my mindset. And I've noticed that it's had to, not that I naturally went to like, oh my God, things are going wrong, it's awful, but I was just like, it's taking a little bit more energy for me to be me this week. And that's not normal.
That's a great explanation. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that. I can see that in my own life. It's taken me, I'm working harder just to be me. Yeah.
Just to be me. I'm wondering if that's part of with Saturn, especially going conjunct, part of the lessons that we had to kind of, something that's now a permanent lesson for us is like, okay, listen.
Right. Yeah.
Did you truly turn things off? Did you really listen? Are you really more present now? Or I don't know.
Well, it was all those planets were in retrograde for quite a while, a month ago or so, I guess.
Yeah.
And of course, Mercury was horrible. It seems to get worse and worse.
Rude. She was so rude and expensive.
She was very rude. Yeah.
She was awful. Like, Ooh, Johnny from Pharaoh's Apprentice said she was like a 20-cent hooker wearing cheap shoes. And that's
Oh, that's
exactly
awesome. I love that.
how that felt, because it was just like every other week, I'm like, do you just want my checking account and my savings account? Just take both, because I
Right.
don't know
Yep.
how much more money I could spend on things that should not. She was
Yep.
disrespectful.
Yep. I had applied for some money, and I found out that they took $750 fee out for that money, and then it didn't come. It hasn't come yet, and so I had to apply for take some from a credit card. That's a $300, so $1,100 went out the window this week for essentially nothing. But anyway, I love Freddie Mercury, so I always say, I hope your Mercury is more Freddie and less retrograde.
More
That's
Freddie. I have on this. Okay, like y'all can see where I'm pointing. On this wall, I have a bunch of people, and Freddie Mercury is actually one of the people I have on that wall. He's on the lower corner.
No wonder I love you so much, Adrian. My God, he is the man.
He's next to David Bowie and Frida Kahlo. I was like, why not?
It's funny. I was doing a reading with somebody one time. We were practicing, and I didn't know her at all. Just that she was in the class. And I look up, and on the wall is a picture of Freddie Mercury. And I said, is that Freddie Mercury? And she goes, oh, yeah. And I thought, oh, my God. I thought I was like the only crazy person in the room,
No, there's a book series called Last Interviews With. And so I have 4 of them so far. I've got the James Baldwin, the Frida Kahlo, the MLK, the David Bowie. The Freddie Mercury one's on back order. And so I ordered it. It should be here in like January. And it's really cool. They're like really small little books. They're not like thick, but they're very dense. And they're some of the best interviews. And they're like, and so it's not like the last interviews of their life, but it's like some of their most poignant interviews that they've ever done. And it's just, I encourage everybody to get the series, because they have Julia Child. Like they have like anybody and everybody that's like near and dear to all of our hearts. They have
They have them. Wow. I'd never heard of them. I'm going to look them up. Yeah, I'm a big reader. So that's
super
awesome.
Cute series. Like I recommend.
I bet it is. Yeah.
Get them.
Wow.
I feel like I'm the worst interviewer in the world, because I'm like,
my brain. No, you're doing fine. Yeah,
questions. Like, forget that there's other people probably wanting us to talk about something specific. I just want to talk to my friends.
I understand.
We know a lot of the same people. So we're both like spirit sisters of Susan Lynn.
Yes.
Psychic medium. That's how
I found out about you, actually, more than anything. She was the one. Yeah.
Somebody asked me, I think my last live stream, I talked to when we're going to do another ghost stories. I talked to Susan Lynn. We're going to do it probably middle of November-ish, give or take, guys. Good. So we'll do ghost stories part, I think 4 at this point, 5. I don't know. So stay tuned for that. We both, Katie Moon Child.
Oh yeah, she's here today. Yeah, she's fabulous.
Hi, Katie. So, and then also, my brain's going. I want to go back to the 3 lovely ladies that you had on with your psychic medium live stream. Tell us more about them, and how did you find them, and what made you think to do a psychic medium live stream?
I love working with the psychics. I just think it's so much fun, and it helps. I feel like we do that. Jean calls it the psychic bounce, where somebody can find something and then you see it and they bounce off each. So I really like that. They all were in my class that I took with Susan Lynn and Kim, and then they. The last class I was supposed to take on mediumship, I wasn't able to go very often because I was busy, and I hated that. But after it was all done, they're still practicing. They work in a group, these ladies do, with others. And the other ladies don't want to be on TV or whatever. They're just not interested right now. But so I wrote to them and I said, how about, you come on my show so that people can see who you are. And so this was actually almost a little bit before they ended up having their own channels. So Jean Alabri has Sun Psychic Jean, and she is she did a reading for me for my birthday, and she blew my mind. She was really, really good. And Terry with 2 R's, she lives in Washington State, and I met her in Jen's World, and we went to the Women's March here in Seattle. And so it was like, wow, we were in real time with these people. We just really hit it off. So I asked her, I know, it was so great. And the other lady, Terry with 1 R, she has Pure Visionary. Oh, I'm sorry. Terry with 2 R's has Kigaru Tarot. It's a Japanese word. And Terry, and she has, oh boy, Pure Visionary is what she calls her channel. And she took a little time. Her guides told her to wait. Then they said go. Then they said no. Then so she's just about started recently bringing on her as well. Like Jean said, pretty soon we'll have everybody in the class on there, and that's fine. I'm welcome.
That's freaking fantastic. Like, we need to keep building this community, I think. And
absolutely.
Get good people.
That's my goal.
Here. Yeah.
Yep, that's my goal. You know, who was it? The guy, Empaths Rising, I believe. Ever since he said this, I agree with him 100%. He said 3D is competition. 5D is collaboration. Yeah. And I honestly, truly believe that. And I don't, there's enough for everybody. I don't think that everybody needs to feel that, although in the West, here in the United States and in this area, competition.
It's all about, I got to get mine. I got to be the one that, and especially as a marketer, I tell people, you don't have to create the new thing.
Right.
What you have to do is bring something unique to the marketplace, which is you.
That's right.
Because there's nobody like you. And you're going to offer the same thing. It may just be different. And that's actually, that's what
people like. Yeah. They like that.
And what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I love that. You want to post?
Yeah, well, let's do it. I just wanted to say that Renee and Andrea with the Tarot Love Community has really spread out as well and been very helpful. But yeah, let's pull some cards.
So I want to ask a favor. Okay, so with your magical oracle cards that can tell us what's blocking us.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm about to get real personal. It's my channel. I can do it. I'm going to ask a favor. So there is a major step that I've been trying to take in my life. And I feel like I've been trying to take it for years and I've been very unsuccessful. I've gotten very close and just, it hasn't come to fruition. And I'm about to try to embark on this journey again.
Oh,
is there anything blocking me first? And if there is, what's blocking me from being able to successfully take this next step?
Okay. So what I do is sometimes I combine decks.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I pull a card from this deck, pull a card from this deck. And so there's 2 other decks that I'm going to, one is Denise Lynn's Soul Coaching cards. I love, they're wonderful. And this one is Mysteries of Love, but it brings you close to words sometimes that you need to hear. So let's do that. All right.
So while Aley is pulling those cards or getting her decks ready, guys, we'll take the first 5 people. And so if my moderators, if Sharon and if Jace is still there, Katie Moonchild, if you guys can help me. If you guys want to ask Aley, what is something that's a project or something you're working on? What's blocking you? And then I can also help from a chakra perspective, and I'll pull 1 chakra card. Yeah. We'll kind of help answer some of those questions.
Okay.
Manifestation is not manipulation.
That's right.
It is not. So.
Yep. And it's what the cards are telling us at this particular moment. Yeah.
Because at this particular moment, it could just tell me my attitude is bad and I'm full of hot piss and vinegar. And then I'd be like, yeah, that's about right.
Yeah. Sure. You know?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's start there. Ooh, this is pretty cool. One more.
Oh, I'm so excited. We already got a couple people. Yay!
Oh, good. All right. So the first one that I have is the Power of Surrender. By the way, I just ordered. Do you know who Teal Swan is? Have you heard of her
No.
before? No.
Mm-mm.
She's
Wait, I
she's a
lied.
teacher.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have.
She has shadow cards. Like what do you and I ordered them. Most people don't want to look at that though.
Mm-hmm. I
People
totally
don't
do.
want to look at their shadow.
I do.
You need to surrender to divine timing.
Okay.
And look at that.
Mm-hmm.
And it says it may differ from your ego's timing, right?
Oh yes, always.
So if a goal isn't manifesting fast enough according to your ego, be patient and trust universal flow. So I feel like you said it's been taking you a while, and it just must not be, the while is still a little while later. I don't know, but the divine timing will help. And the way it can help you is to cherish and love yourself and accept yourself for what you I'm unconditionally accept, cherish, and love myself just as I am. I think sometimes we can be very tough on ourselves, and we think, well, maybe this isn't going to work out, or maybe I'm not smart enough, or I don't know enough.
Yeah, because I heard I need to deal with as soon as you said that, I was like, I need to deal with my imposter syndrome.
Oh my God, that's the word I wanted to use the other day when I was on doing a show. Many of us feel like we are imposters, right?
Yep.
And it doesn't get any better. It doesn't matter how old you are. I remember my friend and I laughing, and I'm thinking, I love being a professor, but I was always a C student when I was in high school and undergrad. And then all of a sudden I started getting A's, and I probably could have always had them, but I wasn't ready to work hard or something. Yeah. But, it makes you look around saying, wow, do they really think I can do this? So that's the imposter syndrome. Yeah.
I keep pushing for something particular that I'm telling myself, I know just from a time perspective, I've put in the work. I'm more than qualified.
Yeah. It's just you're not believing in yourself enough. Yeah.
Because I keep not getting it. I'm like, clearly you're not. Clearly you're not. Clearly you're lying to yourself. And the divine timing is probably just not. It's not that I'm not capable. It may just be it's not the right opportunity and timing coming.
It could be, or it could be that you just need to shake off some of that imposter idea. That you have this wonderful channel. You know what you can do. You're very capable, and you've shown that over and over again. Really?
Yeah, I don't feel that way. So clearly I need to work on that. What is yes? Okay, so I pulled a card for myself too. So just let you know, it says nurturing, extreme root.
Okay, that's part of acceptance. Yeah,
it is. I need to. Okay, I hate it when my readings are really accurate, and then I got to look at myself with the boo boo face, and I'm like,
yeah, I know. Well, I got another one. You're going through a transformation, so I think it's gonna work itself out. I really do, and so I just hang in there. Just hang in there and work on those parts of yourself that you feel concern over, I guess. Is that the right word? Or feel like an imposter? Yeah.
Because there's a lot of concern. There's a lot there. Yeah. So thank you.
We all have it, honey. It's that's the thing. We think we only have it, but everybody does in some way. Yeah, they do. Yep.
It's very interesting. Okay. MM wants to know, MM wants us to look at what is blocking my move. So what is blocking MM's move?
Okay. Sure it's not M&M's? That sounds good.
I know, right? I haven't eaten today, so I'm like, that's really good. Don't they have the caramel ones too? Do they still make
you girl, I tell you. You just like me. That's my favorite M&Ms. The caramel one.
Look for some. Somebody in the chat tell me if they still make them. Can I order them off the Amazon? Let me look.
Probably. I've seen them. I've had them recently. My problem is that sometimes they get stuck in my throat. That's the only problem. I don't know what that's all about.
Really? Oh, that would make me sad.
Caramel but they're so good. Oh my Lord.
Yes, they do. I think they will be here. Okay, I need that many.
There you go.
Yep, they can be here Tuesday, November 2nd.
There you go.
Johnny said yes.
Don't you curse me out when you get them and you eat them all and then say, oh, I shouldn't have.
This is me. I'm the fat ass who said, caramel M&Ms. That sounds really good right now. Johnny said yes and yes. Johnny, did I need help me,
Oh,
soul
Johnny,
brother?
I'm glad you're here, Johnny. I've wanted to reach out to you as well, so you could come on my show. I've heard a lot about you, so yeah.
Johnny is from Tarot's Apprentice is absolutely
Yes,
fantastic.
yes, I've seen him with his show. Yes. Um, all right. So the moving, is that what it is? Moving.
Yeah. What's
Okay.
blocking
What's
my move?
blocking moving? Okay. I think I got an answer for you. It says surrender low self-esteem in your communication area. So what I'm guessing is you might not step up to negotiate or something, and that's blocking it because you don't feel like you can communicate with the person or the place or whatever it is that you want. It says you deserve success, love, and abundance. So set an intention to identify and release remnants of low self-esteem and communicate, because they're telling me that that's the only thing blocking you at this point. What do you got,
I
Adrian?
get crown chakra, connecting to source, being present is something that could be blocking. I think may be a little too into the I call the crown chakra the we chakra. So may be a little bit into the me chakra, which could be the root chakra. I'm trying to figure out what is best, my stability. Do I have everything I
Okay.
need? And so basically saying I am present
Yep.
is just letting know that she needs to surrender, or he or
Mm-hmm.
she, forgive me, Um,
Yeah.
there's some surrendering. Let it go to spirit and just be present. I think you'll pay attention and notice the signs when you just get out of your mind. And that's basically it.
Yep.
Just being present.
Yeah.
Surrender, as Aley says.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can make, and you can negotiate. Don't, we all think, oh, I better not ask. I want to, but sometimes that negotiation comes from self-esteem. You know, you,
Right.
I mean, yeah.
Absolutely. I hope that helped, MM. Anybody else have? I know I'm looking at the
Anything
chats.
blocking you? We have other
Hey,
cards. We don't have to do the
um,
blockage.
you are most welcome, MM. KD wants to know, will I get my dead trees removed before the end of 2021? So maybe what's blocking
What's
KD's,
blocking that? Okay.
yeah, if there's anything blocking.
Dead trees. Hmm.
And KD, you also have a YouTube channel that if you want to put the link
She
to in
does.
the chat, since you're a moderator, you can absolutely do that. Just called you
Do
out. See
that.
how I did that? See how I did that?
Yep. That's what it's all about, Adrian. Yep. It's wonderful. Dead trees, dead trees.
Dead trees get removed. What is a potential roadblock hazard? Haha, dead trees.
I happen to know she lives in a place where they could be removed with
Mhm.
regard to weather. You know what I mean? It's like not a problem for this time of the year, but it might be a problem for workers. I don't know. Ooh. I get a weird one here. I
Okay.
don't know. Surrender your fear of intimacy? I don't know about that. Okay.
Well, I can see that.
Release patterns stopping you from opening up your heart.
Hmm.
Um, and I get wisdom, and it says you have what you need within you. So you have what you need within you, I guess, to get somebody over there and get it done. I don't know. Some days I just don't get what the cards are saying. Maybe it's like something else, and they're just wanting to give that
So
message more.
let's
Yeah.
dig into this because
Okay.
intimacy really is about trust. Because when you
It
think
is.
about being trust, is do I trust myself enough to be vulnerable? Or i.e., do I trust the space, the people that I'm around enough to be vulnerable with? So maybe it
Okay.
could be that is there a way, KD, that you need to kind of, because I'm also getting throat chakra, purpose. Throat chakra is not just about speaking, but it's about listening. Maybe you need to listen to yourself and go, hey, can I trust these people to do the job? So maybe the intimacy isn't so much about physical intimacy. It's the, yeah, hide from her.
That.
Yeah, I have a neighbor who has been Karen to me about it. I hide from her to keep the peace. Yeah, she is invading your personal space, i.e., your intimacy. So she's got you in a way that is kind of putting your defenses up and not allowing yourself to let your guard down, i.e., be intimate. So yeah, that makes perfect sense to me. And listen to yourself. Listen to yourself. Listen to things that are going on. Don't listen to her. Listen to yourself. Listen to your intuition. Listen to divine purpose. If she's being a Karen about it, she's just blabbing. Listen to yourself to know when the timing will be right and who will be the right people to come pull these trees out for you.
Wow. There you go.
That's what I get.
Yeah, I agree. Makes sense to her too.
Awesome. We got two.
And to me, thank you, Adrian.
Shaz wants to know, hi, ladies. I'm wondering what I need to work on to release my potential.
Okay. Here you come. Let's see. Oh, my word. Some days. Ooh. Okay. Guess what you have to do? You have to do what Adrian has to do. You have to surrender to divine timing. Once again. Oh, Karen Lloyd.
Thank you so much, Karen.
No, we don't want to feel sorry for your name. Every Karen that's out there that's a real bona fide wonderful person should not be put in that category. So yeah. Divine timing. It's going to come along, and look, fulfillment.
Yeah.
So just keep doing what you're doing, keep growing the way you're growing. And I don't know, it's like me finding YouTube. If someone said, go on YouTube, I'd say, yeah, right. And a lot of people have said that. So yeah. Divine timing. Yep.
Divine timing. You will find it. It's all about divine timing. Truth. There's a truth that you've been avoiding telling yourself to. Because think about throat chakra is about divine truth. It's not about the story that we replay in our head that we keep telling ourselves about. My therapist just had a long conversation with me about this last week. She's like, stop telling. Why do you keep telling yourself that narrative? I'm like, I'm not telling myself a narrative. She's like, really?
She might be psychic.
He also knows my patterns. So
right. Yeah, I know.
It's about you. What's blocking your potential, unfortunately, could be you from reaching your potential. Because there could be something you're just not embracing. You need to listen to divine truth. You know what it is. But there may be a story, a narrative, something that you keep replaying to yourself that's not allowing you to actually see the truth. You think you're telling yourself the truth, but that's not spirit's truth. Spirit's truth is actually very beautiful. Spirit's truth does not hold us down. Spirit's truth can even take our worst flaws and make them look like beautiful opportunities, right?
Yep.
So listen to truth.
Wow. Listen to the truth.
Listen to the truth.
Yeah.
Jace has a question. Jace Arnage, and if you guys have not, please follow Jace. Subscribe to Jace's channel. She does fantastic petty parties. It's Jace Arnage, Harnage. Jace is contemplating engaging in a business venture that holds promises of financial success. She wants to know, what would block it? So let's take a look.
Johnny's saying, put it in a more positive, I guess. Should I move forward on the business venture?
Yep. Should I move forward on the business venture?
I love having people who have their channels also come on, and I love that. And no, I do. I really do. It's like so much support.
So
That's
much
wonderful.
support.
Yeah.
I feel very blessed. I've had so much support.
That's
I just
awesome. As you
I feel
should.
like I have to give it out. Not give it out because I have to. I give it out because I want to because I have been so
That's
fortunate.
right. That's right. Wow. So, Jace, I love this. I love this. It's surrender to the attachment to the results.
Mm-hmm.
So, whatever it is that you're wanting to create, just enjoy it for the present. Don't think too much out in the future because it takes a while for things to grow. And
Yep.
here it says it's that old, it's the Eastern way of doing things, which is surrender it, let it go, and it will come through in right time. It says holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. But if you
Yes.
do that, you will have a
Mhm.
breakthrough.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yep,
That is so accurate.
it is. Yeah.
Because also to psychic development, there is Jace, you are on the clair. You've definitely got some clairvoyancy in you, and also
Ooh.
some clair essence. There's things that you just know. So you need to continue to tap into that. You can use, you're also a tarot reader, you're an oracle reader. Actually use some of your own gifts to help you know when to pounce on that opportunity. You've got tarot decks right in front of you. Use your psychic gifts to also help guide you through this journey so you can know, when to make a next move, when to,
Mm-hmm.
negotiate, when to ask for something, when to maybe kind of step back and watch things kind of play out before you jump in. So use your own psychic gifts, tap into your third eye chakra to help you navigate this successful business venture. So instead of saying, will it be successful? Go ahead and claim it. It will be successful. And then use your psychic gifts to help it make it even more successful for you.
Mm-hmm.
We're on a roll. Yes. Okay. Shawty, from Tales
I
of Princess
didn't,
Helen.
and I didn't want Marie Henson to think that we don't care about people that aren't readers, because we do. I'm sorry if she
We
thought that.
do. Oh,
Yeah.
Marie, no. Don't feel that way. We do.
Oh no, 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 no.
Juliet wants to know, will my job continue?
Your
Will the
job.
owner get the SBA loan? So apparently, I guess the owner of her job
Uh huh.
needs to get this loan in order for the business to continue. So what could be a potential? What's going to happen?
Okay.
Will it continue? What are some things to pay attention to?
Hmm. Now this is interesting. Okay. So surrender to obsessive thinking. I'm not, I'm not feeling like you may be obsessive, but when you're dealing with, will my job continue? That would be a worry. So that's why I think that comes up. If you're obsessing about a situation, turn the dilemma to spirit, and doing
Yeah.
so will help you bring clarity. And it does afterwards say light. So I think it will bring light to, it will make you feel lighter. If you're feeling heavy because you're worried about job security,
Yeah.
if you surrender that, that will probably make you feel better. Yep.
Mhm. I honestly thought I was going to get a root chakra card because root chakra is about security, safety, stability, but I ended up getting a sacral chakra card, which is also about feels, emotions, things like that.
Yeah.
It's also talking about relationships. So one thing you can help do while you're in this in between phase of I don't like to say I don't know. I like to say I'm in the unknowing.
Uh-huh.
It's actually tap into your relationships. The couple things that can come from this. Number one, you'll have support system while you're waiting to know the next steps of your job. Number two, that same support system can also be the people who can tell you of other opportunities
True.
that
Yep.
are going on. So tap into your sacral chakra, reach into your relationships. Let's say the job works out and you'll be perfectly fine. It's still beneficial for you to go and tap into those relationships. Talk to people that you know and trust who can hold space for you while you're going through this and waiting
Wow.
to know the next move.
And I just love that advice for everybody, that,
Hmm.
we can always say we'll hold space for I love that whole idea. That's beautiful. Thank you. Wow.
We've got time for about 3 more. Thank you so much, me, myself, and I, for the super chat. May that generosity be returned to you tenfold. Same with Karen.
Oh, yeah.
Next,
Isn't
Dottie.
she? She is awesome.
Everybody on this, everybody is just awesome as we keep just showing our generosity to everybody in the community, the viewers and the readers. Thank you guys so much. Yeah. Dottie wants to know, should she move back to Arizona? So what are some things she needs to, what could be a block or something she needs to keep in mind about for her move to Arizona?
Right. So I get surrender to silence. And my first feeling about it is, you know the answer. Bring yourself to your quiet, silent space inside and enter the stillness. It can heal you and replenish you and bring you success. So many times we might know the answer to something and we think, well, maybe it's just me wishing it so. And wishing it so is part of it. But if you really feel resonated with that, if you resonate with that, it seems to me that this is your spirit talking, but it's saying, silence yourself and
silence.
And really, yeah.
That is so true, because part of the silence, what you get from silence is objectivity, the ability to kind of look and breathe, right?
Yep.
And that's what this card is telling me.
Oh my goodness.
That balance. So that makes this makes so much sense. Finding that balance. My dad always teaches me. He's always taught me this. We will both teach each other this until the day we stop breathing. Is he who has mastered life is the one who has mastered balance. So what you need to do is, maybe if it's even what are the pros and cons? How will I get there? Kind of start creating this list and looking at it objectively and kind of finding that balance to kind of help you setting everything up so you can make that next step.
And of course, that's the yin and the yang. And the yin and the yang is Taoism as well. So the Tao has helped me a great deal. Yeah.
A great deal. Sissel, I hope I am saying this right. Sissel wants to know, what is blocking me from moving forward next?
Okay.
And thank you to my amazing moderators for helping me get through all of these questions. Thank you guys so much.
Yes. This is going to seem funny because we live in an action-oriented society, but this is encouraging you to surrender to non-action.
I love that.
And non-action waits for the flow. It waits for the flow. It says it's to be another stillness. Breathe and focus on your power and let others come to you. And that will bring you energy.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I get inner strength. This is all about your solar plexus chakra. Your solar plexus chakra is about your house of fire, house of action, your house of doing. You said for Sissel to sit, right? To non-action.
Right. Surrender and be non-action.
Surrender and non-action is actually a choice. That is a very conscientious decision and choice. And you actually can use your inner strength by not acting. That is just as powerful as doing, being active. Sometimes sitting back, it's not a retreat. It's not running away. It's actually purposely, mindfully choosing to not engage in something. So that's how you need to use your inner strength right now, is to disengage.
Absolutely. We live in a society here that pushes. You have to do and push to make something happen. And it's not going to happen in your time frame, no matter what it is. You have to let it go. And I don't know, I've given up on certain things before in my life. And I like 2 months later, something comes through from that and says, "Oh, were you interested in this job?" or whatever it was. And it was like, because I detached myself.
I was talking to a coworker, and we were talking about, she was asking me some literacy questions because she knows I'm working towards getting my PhD in media literacy. And I'm like, yeah. And I was like, there's this, and I gave her a link. I was like, here's this organization. I was like, I have always wanted to work for this organization. I have been stalking them for years, trying to get them to hire me, and they won't. She's like, oh, don't say that. I'm like, whatever. I kid you not. 3 hours later, these people reached out to me. Were like, hey, would you be interested in talking to us? I was like, if you don't shut the hell up, like, what? Just surrender. Sometimes when you stop, you just sit
it's hard to do it though. It is hard.
Universe hears you, because I'm like, how else would universe had not, like, really? So just surrender. Take a step back sometimes. It'll work itself out.
We just tend to want to push it, but it's when we give up that whole idea that it comes. Wow. That is awesome, Adrienne. What a great story. Yeah.
That's why I was like, I can attest to just the surrender. Me telling her I'd wanted it, and I'd given up recently, and just having that conversation, Spirit heard. So it'll work itself out. That non-action is just as much of a choice as acting. We've got 3 more questions. I got the one that Johnny moderated, and I see 2 more in the chat that I'm going to address. Sissel, well, goodness gracious, thank you so much. I hope
my goodness
help. So thank you so much.
Nice,
generosity.
Absolutely.
I've got Lori Kettle sending positive energy for your surgery. That's going to happen on Monday, or if it has already happened on Monday morning. So send you positive energy. Absolutely. Jason wants to know, will his job get better? So sorry, let's try this again. Take 2. Jason wants to know, will his job get better, or should he find a new role?
Okay.
Sorry for butchering that the first time.
It was kind of fun.
It was like
tongue-tied.
Then after this one, we've got 2 more questions we'll get to. Thank you guys so much, all 82 of you guys, for watching and just hanging out with Aley and I this Friday evening. Absolutely. And Johnny is going live. Johnny, you're going live at 7:30 Eastern for Conversation about healing.
Ooh,
Conversations about healing, I believe, is the topic. I know you'll have Sienna and Jen Lynn, I believe. So,
I love that. Isn't Sienna sweet? And Jen Lynn as well.
Both of them are freaking awesome.
Absolutely.
So, guys,
all right. So,
Johnny out tonight.
I get surrender the idea you can fix someone. Now, I'm not going to make a judgment about it yet because, I don't know. Let's see what it says. It says it's time for you to shift. If it doesn't work to try to fix someone, each person must be accountable. So I don't know if you're having any kind of issues. You were wanting to move forward in your job. I will say this. I've worked with people that didn't do the work. And I know people that have had this happen to them. And they get the promotion. And I don't know why. But it says to have faith. It says to have faith. So I'm going to put that out there for you. Yep. Good luck.
Yep. And I have faith. Having faith is also about staying present, being present.
Oh, yes.
The chakra, the crown chakra. Relinquish and give this to Spirit if you can. Let Spirit guide you on the next steps. Continue to ask and check in with Spirit. Do I need to go? Do I need to stay? And ask for the signs, particularly. Spirit only knows specificity.
That's
Spirit
right.
does not know generalizations. You would think for something that created us, it should know us well enough to know what the hell we're asking for. That's just not how it works. So be very specific. Be present. Be specific. Ask Spirit, is it time for me to leave? Is it time for me to stay? Ask Spirit, show me the signs. Ask Spirit to create a new opportunity if the signs show that you need to leave. But all of that requires you to be present and be connected to crown chakra.
Excellent. Which brings up the fact that we should always realize that we only have the present. And so if you formulate your desire as already having that in your life, if that's what you want, I think it manifests faster or better or whatever, but don't put a negative in there. because the universe doesn't understand the negative.
It doesn't.
Mm-mm.
It absolutely doesn't. We've got two more
Okay.
questions. Let's get into it and give me 2 seconds because I gotta go find them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I should have written them down. I hate it when I do this to myself. Please hold. Okay, hold on. Because 2 of them are really okay. April M. So this is a little unique, but I do want to address this for April M. April M says her sister passed away in June. And she wants to know if her sister is okay.
Mm. Wow. One of the worst things that we have is dealing with change, and yet change is very. I'm sorry for your loss. First of all, I'm sorry.
Too. And I'm giggling. I'm so sorry. I'm not giggling at the question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giggling at what your sister told me. So I apologize.
Yes, I get joy, so I understand it. Look at, yeah, she wants you to have joy, but she says, things change all the time.
Mm-hmm.
The universe is reminding you that you are cared for.
Yeah.
And if you're afraid of change in anything, or aging or death, repeat,
Mm-hmm.
I have faith that all is well. And your sister says she's living in joy.
She is.
So.
I heard something very specific. She said, I believe it may be your older sister, or I don't know why I feel like either her energy was older, she was an older spirit. And she's like, stop worrying about me. I'm fine. Like that's just what she called you something maybe a bigger sister, an older sister would call a little sister. Like, so
right.
for example, my sister would say, hey, butt knocker, I'm fine. Leave me alone. And so that was kind of the energy that I got. She's like, oh, good Lord, I'm fine. She says, stop worrying. She's fine. Sacral chakra energy. This is what has happened for her. Angels and masters. She has.
How beautiful. Yeah.
She's absolute. She is now of higher purpose and of higher self. And that's what happens when we transcend out of these things.
Right. That's why she has so much joy. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She's absolutely fine. She needs you to stop worrying so much about her, though. I heard that very clear. She was like, tell her stop worrying about me. She wants you to focus on yourself right now. She's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. It's always hardest for those left behind. Yeah.
Yeah. I tell people grief is for us mere jackass mortals who are still on this earth, who don't know how to process emotions. Or we do know how to process emotions. Even the most perfect emotion processor gets knocked on their behind during grief. So grief is for the living. She is, I mean, I don't know how else to put between the joy card and this, that she's good. Yeah, she was your older sister. Okay.
Yeah. Double joy. April,
joy.
I send you lots of love, dear.
That is tough. That is, especially, I get that you guys were very close. So that's like losing your sister and best friend. That's tough.
It is.
I'm so sorry. I'm sending you tons of love. All right, Aley, you ready for the last one?
I guess so.
All right.
This time has flown. Yeah.
This one is very interesting. So Karen wants to know, she says, I am an introvert and proud. She wants to know, however, is there an Asperger's component that she's dealing with? This makes sense to me because I always wonder, am I neurotypical or am I neurodivergent? It's or NT versus ND, right? Signs say I'm neurotypical, but there are moments where I'm like, I don't know though. I hyperfixate. I can kind of go both ways, but it says that it's actually normal for NTs to exhibit behaviors of ND. So, but we'll look into that for you and see if there are some aspects of atypical neurodivergent behaviors for you.
Yeah, my daughter's boyfriend, they're in their 40s, so they're not young people, but he has, we think he has that component as well. But we just get used to the way he is. It's fine. But this says surrender to your intuition. We don't listen to our gut as much as we need to. But if you think you might have that issue, it's easier for you to deal with it once you know. And if you feel like you had to ask the question, I feel like you probably do. So tune into your own inner voice. Be aware of any gut feelings or flashes or aha moments, and communicate. Communication is key.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that if you do decide to go down the route of getting a diagnosis, I feel that whether you choose to go and run the test and get diagnosed, or whether you choose to not, whatever it is, you need to be flexible. Because I feel like, again, that's about life. We've got to balance. So you've got to tap really deeply into that sacral chakra energy. Those people who are neurotypical, we still have there's still flexibility and balance in dealing with life as it comes to you. Learning to go. There are extroverts who have to balance that. I'm extremely extroverted. I thrive off people, but I know that that can drain people. So when do I kind of go back to being introverted? I am so introverted. It is painful. I hate people, hate being around people. I'm sorry. I'm just being honest. I
hate driving. Oh, I hate driving in a car.
Months and not talk to anybody and be perfectly happy, but I know that's also not necessarily healthy. So I have to be flexible. So regardless of what the diagnosis or not diagnosis is, flexibility is the key. Learning to deal with whatever things that you attribute to being on the spectrum and what you attribute to not being on the spectrum, learning how to embrace both of those and how can you be flexible and mesh and mold with both of those attributes of your personality.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we know about balance because we're both Libras and we're always out of balance.
Always. We demand balance from everybody else, but we don't have it.
I know. Hello, Ron.
Aley, this was so cat snatching awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Let's do it again. I love it. It's great. It makes me feel energetic and not think about my own issues. So that's always helpful. Yeah.
I was like high as a kite for like hours after our last session.
We had a lot of fun. Yeah.
A lot of fun. Thank you, everybody who has tuned in to this afternoon. Thank you guys so much for watching. For those of you who do not know, Katie Moonchild has a channel. Go check her out. Go check out Jace Arnage. Go check out Johnny from Tarot's Apprentice tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern for his healing discussion. Please go subscribe and like to Aley at Heart and Soul Connected. Please, first that is the important part.
Thank you so much. Yes. And Ron Unconditional Love Tarot is here. He's just pulled in, but he has a channel too. Thank you so much.
Go check out Ron, please. At Unconditional Love Tarot. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Have a fantastic evening. Stay safe, guys, and we will check you all later. Bye.
Bye, everybody.